What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the BallGame podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Tom.
I'm Dean.
As you can see, not the normal setup. Things are very different today. Chris is on vacation. Chris, hope you're having a wonderful time.
Chris, if you're seeing this, do a shot right now. Go find the nearest bar and order a shot.
He's going
right
to take
now.
a lot more than one
And when
shot.
Chris is on
Start a ramen
vacation-
diet. I'll respect that.
We don't follow the rules.
Yeah, no, we go against the norm.
We go crazy.
We definitely go rogue, apparently, as you could see. Chris, if you are watching this, which I know you will be, go take more than one shot. I know you're going to want to.
Yeah, go do 3.
Go do like 5.
Go do one
maybe.
for each of us.
Yes, one for each
And
of us, and
yourself.
then one for yourself. And then, yeah, exactly. So Nick's behind the camera over there. What's up, Nick?
You're in for
Um,
a little surprise when you get back.
Yeah.
I mean, from all of us or just you?
From the furniture.
Very little surprise.
Very. He's calling your dick small.
What I just meant in general. From all of us. Very little
We know
surprise.
it's not, Dean. We see the.
No, he's not wrong.
Just check his print. That's all you got to do.
All right.
We're already off the rails,
All
and
right.
we're 2 minutes into the podcast. It was a very entertaining weekend of sports. We had the Masters. Rory McIlroy, congrats, Grand Slam champion. Way to be. Finally tried his best to choke it away. Did not choke it away. We had a great UFC event. I don't know if any of you watch UFC. I don't know if you do. I know you did.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal. Volk versus Diego Lopez. What a fight that was.
Patty beat the shit out of Michael
Patty
Chandler.
kicked the living shit out of Michael Chandler. But Michael Chandler sucks, and he's the most overrated fighter. But everyone loves him because
He's
he
just
always
a-
gives
he's
you an
a dog,
entertaining fight.
yeah.
Always gives you an entertaining fight, and always yells about McGregor if he wins or loses. But regardless, that's not the stuff we're going to talk about. This weekend marked the end of the NBA regular season, and that means it's playoff time. And
Thank God.
yeah,
Thank
Regular
God it's
season
right.
basketball kind of blows.
the end of the regular season always brings some entertainment, I would say. I think it was a great Sunday. That Clippers-Warriors game, I know a lot of us were texting about it in the group chat. That was a great game. That was a banger. And if that's going to tell us what the playoffs are going to look like, I'm actually excited.
Especially in the West.
Very excited for some NBA playoff basketball because that was a banger of a game, and we have some great series coming up. We really do. The Eastern Conference, maybe not so much, but the Western Conference, we got a lot of good stuff to talk about, a lot of good basketball, and it all starts tonight with the NBA play-in tournament. So I'm excited for that.
I love the NBA playing. I'm
I
a big
love it.
fan.
Love
I
it.
think it just adds more excitement and variability. Like these 9, 10 seed teams, like who are the 9 and 10 this year? It's
So it's out west, it's Sacramento and Dallas. In the east,
Yuck.
it is Chicago
And Miami, I
and
think.
Miami. Yeah.
I mean, Miami's cool.
No, they're not.
Chicago's not cool. I don't. like
Chicago's not cool.
Chicago's
I mean,
better than Miami.
so
at
the
this
Eastern
point.
playing teams are the same every year. It's the Hawks, Bulls, Heat, and then someone else.
And the Magic.
Yeah, and the Magic.
It's every single year with this shit. I mean,
And
it's,
out west, I mean, Anthony Davis is playing, right? So
I
Dallas
think
is
so.
fun.
Yeah. But then the 7-8 is Golden State.
fun is not
Memphis.
the way to describe Dallas.
Why not?
They're not fun.
They're moronic.
You don't like watching Kyrie Irving play basketball?
Well,
dead.
given that
Tore his
Kyrie Irving
ACL.
tore his ACL,
Forgot about.
Um,
Kyrie.
I would love to watch.
I would
If
love to
Kyrie-
watch
If Kyrie was healthy, it'd be very
this would be
interesting,
very
yeah.
entertaining if Kyrie Irving was healthy. But
Just AD against the world.
yeah, pretty much.
AD and Spencer Dinwiddie.
This poor guy was really playing with LeBron James earlier this year, and now he's playing with Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yep.
And
He's in the play. He was chasing a championship with LeBron James, and now he's in the play-in with Spencer Dinwiddie.
It really sucks that like the biggest loser in all this, outside of Mavs fans, is Anthony
Is
Davis.
Anthony
Oh,
Davis.
Like he got
100%.
screwed hard.
He
Because
got-
like
yeah.
if you're the Lakers, it doesn't matter how much you like Anthony
10
Davis as
times
a
out of 10,
person.
you take
You
that
have to
deal,
do the
yeah.
deal.
Absolutely.
And he just gets screwed in that every time.
Yep. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it made a lot of sense for the Lakers, and still to this day doesn't make any sense for the Dallas Mavericks. Because I mean, look, the Lakers are thriving. The Lakers are thriving right now. Luka looks great. Reeves looks great. LeBron looks great. It's working. Like
Because
it
if
all
you swap
makes
their
sense.
places, like the Mavs are still good with Luka and
Luka,
nobody
yeah,
else.
for sure.
Oh yeah,
Because you
yeah.
have Luka, and now it's just AD, and you don't really trust AD to put
That's what
put the
kinda
team
got
on his
said.
back like that.
Like I know Chris came up here and said it when the trade happened. Like Luka is so great that people forget how good Anthony Davis is. Like
yes.
people treat him as if he can't be. He's not a fringe top 10 player. You know, like
So it's a little bit different because it's like Anthony Davis can't really carry a team because he's a big man like that. Like,
Sure.
he's not like a Jokic
And
type
he's not
of big
Jokic,
man.
yeah.
Like, Jokic is one of one, completely different. We've already had conversations about that. Luka has the ball in his hands constantly because he's a point guard, and you could carry a team a little bit easier that way. Anthony Davis needs someone to get him the ball, which is like when you have ass alongside Anthony Davis.
I mean, dude, when they played the Lakers, when Luka came back to Dallas, JJ had Anthony Davis in hell.
what are you gonna do? Like, who else do you give a shit about on the Mavs?
No, 100%.
Like, maybe Klay Thompson if he starts hitting a couple threes, but who
Maybe.
do you give a fuck about?
He's
Like,
also the biggest loser in all this too. For
Yes.
Yeah, he ring chased in Dallas. He chased the ring in Dallas, and he could have gone. Probably
or he
sure
could have
had-
stayed.
Well, now the
Could've
Warriors
stayed,
are
yeah.
good again without him.
Yeah,
So.
They're a title contender too. I mean, the West is loaded with title
I mean,
contenders.
1
and
through 8, like kind of is.
it's nuts. I don't want to say 1 through 8 is title contenders because I think there are a few teams that we'll talk about that I don't think have a shot at winning an
Sure.
NBA championship in the West. But regardless, I mean, I guess we'll start there. The Western Conference play-in tournament.
So they're playing. So tonight we have the Warriors Grizzlies, which is always a good
It's a
time
banger.
when those two play each other. For the 7 and 8 spot, and then the 9-10, like we said, is Sacramento and Dallas, and they will play tomorrow. So I know sometimes playing format gets confusing for people. Winner tonight gets the 7 seed, locked and loaded. Will play the Rockets in the first round. Loser plays the winner of the Dallas Sacramento game for the 8 spot,
Yep.
and then whoever wins that game gets the 8 spot. Whoever loses goes home.
Great
So-
breakdown, Tom.
Thank you. Do we all just have Warriors and Grizzlies moving on? That's what I have.
I have the Warriors.
Warriors winning tonight, Grizzlies winning tomorrow. What do you think?
Definitely the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a back-to-back if they...
Is it tomorrow? It might not be, actually, now that you mention it. I'm sure. Yeah, actually, they probably
I
don't
don't
play.
think it's a back-to-back.
Yeah, probably not.
I do like Sacramento, actually,
Yeah?
to get maybe that final
In a one
spot.
game, yeah, I mean...
Over, let's say the Grizzlies lose, they would then verse Sacramento
yes,
Or Dallas.
or Dallas.
Yeah.
I think the Kings beat Dallas,
I agree.
and I think they do have a chance with Levine. Levine has been good. with
Levine's been
Sacramento
great,
so
yeah.
far. They still have DeRozan. They still have
Sabonis.
Sabonis, De'Aaron Fox. Like it's a good
Well,
little.
not
De'Aaron
De'Aaron Fox.
Fox.
It's a
but-
good little team though. Like I think with the Grizzlies not having a coach, I think
Sure,
it definitely
yeah.
helps.
That's
Whatever
a great point.
whatever
Yeah.
team they're versing have an edge.
Yeah, for sure.
It's basically just the Sacramento Kings are pretty much just the Bulls of last year, except Vucevic is fully upgraded to DeMontis
Yeah,
Sabonis.
yeah,
So
sure.
that I mean, it's
These guys are NBA vets, bro. Like they could go out and win a game against the Grizzlies.
100%.
For sure. Yeah,
I'm not counting them out. I think the Grizzlies are just a superior team.
yeah.
I have the Grizzlies in the 8 spot. I'll tell you what the Thunder absolutely do not want to happen. They do not want the Grizzlies to win tonight because the last thing you want is the Warriors to have the 8 seed.
Oh,
and
I
in
was
the
going to
first round of the playoffs,
Yeah, no.
in the first round of the playoffs, you got to play the Warriors.
That's a tough draw.
If
first
you're the
round.
Thunder, forget it, bro.
I mean, I think they're ready for
they could
anything,
get
but-
bounced first round, bro.
Yo, no, they dead
that would
ass
be
can.
crazy.
They 100% could get bounced in the first round. I mean, I think we undersell just how good they really are.
I was going to say, I think if the Warriors lose to the Grizzlies tonight, I don't think they're beating the Thunder in a 7-game series.
but the Warriors with Jimmy Butler were a completely different animal.
yeah, sure.
So that's not the same Warriors team. Like this record is a little misleading.
Oh, yeah,
This is
yeah.
a very different team.
Yeah.
So I think Golden State wins tonight. They get the 7 seed, and I think Memphis wins
All
in
right.
a couple days. That's a simple one.
It is, yeah, it is the easy one. So Dean, you got outvoted for the Kings. Sorry, they ain't making it. So the 1 versus 8 matchup then would be Shea and the Thunder versus Ja and the Grizzlies, which I think is pretty. Those two going up against each other, pretty exciting. Yeah, well, I can't wait to see what Ja pulls out in the playoffs, bro. He's actually gonna call in a chopper gunner and like,
Yeah, and he's gonna call in that chopper gunner to win one game.
bro, he's gonna but he's gonna hit a go ahead 3 in that one game, and then he's gonna pull out like the UAV.
He's on a kill streak.
Yeah.
4-1.
Gentlemen sweep?
4-1. Yeah.
Okay.
4-1.
4-1, easy across the board. What if they get the dubs? Like, what's your actual prediction?
7.
If the Warriors win it,
7
Thunder and 7
for the Thunder. Yes.
It's game 7.
Warriors in 7.
I was gonna say if it goes to 7, I'm not betting against Steph Curry in a game 7. But
I mean, Shea's turning into one of them ones too.
no, absolutely. But
Curry is the one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great point,
Yeah.
bro. I don't know if you actually watched the Clippers Warriors game, bro. Steph actually went nuclear in the fourth quarter, and I was just like, yeah, he might actually be the greatest player we've ever.
It's
watched
crazy
play
how
basketball.
he murdered that narrative that he isn't clutch.
Isn't clutch? Yeah,
he
killed
murdered it,
destroyed it,
especially
See you
after
later.
the 2022 finals. Like that was
Yeah,
dead.
and then we got to overtime, and then Steph turned the ball over a couple times, but then hit some just stupid threes, and I'm just like, bro, what the
If
hell?
you,
Man?
not that people do this
How do you guard him?
regularly, but I was gonna say, if you look at Steph's counting stats, first of all, they are really good. Second of all, if you watch him if you watch him play basketball, the way that man is guarded, you need to be 3 times better than you already are to even
Yes.
put those points up.
Yeah,
So what he's doing is so underappreciated, I think. It's so crazy what he's doing at age 35 that he's still able to put up 28 points a game off being double teamed every time he's outside the 3-point line
Bro.
and still cashing in 44% of the time. It's pretty impressive. It's
face
crazy.
guard once he crosses half
Right.
court,
Bro,
like
the Warriors offense is just, it actually is such poetry in motion. Like, it's so beautiful to
They
watch.
figured out how to utilize Steph Curry to the fullest.
max,
Literally,
yes.
The
yeah.
fullest.
Running him off a million off-ball screens, first of all, just doesn't, it's not said enough, Steph's cardio. Like,
oh my god, yeah.
Steph's cardio is actually ridiculous. That man is running 100%, like full speed, the entire
If he
possession.
doesn't get open.
Exactly.
Yeah, like literally.
And when I watched, I think this is going to be interesting actually, because this is the next series that we're going to talk about. When I watched the Rockets Warriors game about a week ago.
Bobby.
When I
All right,
watched,
Bobby.
when I watched that game, the way they guarded Steph was unbelievable, unlike any other team that I've watched, which I think is going to make this series so much more intriguing than people actually realize. Amen Thompson is actually, he might be the best defender in the NBA already in his second year. And then you have Dylan Brooks, and these guys were so physical with Steph and did not give him a second to breathe. And they were just, and Fred VanVleet, we've known Fred VanVleet gives Steph Curry fits for a long time now too. It was unreal. Like I'm so curious to see how that holds up in a series against the Warriors and if that continues.
Yeah, I was
to
gonna
happen.
say shutting him down for one regular season game is one thing, but now you got to do it for a 7-game series. Like that's a daunting task, and they've had a game to learn from it. You know.
I remember there was a time when Fred was signing his contract, people were like, "Oh, why are the Rockets dropping all this money when they suck, dick?" And
Did the same thing with Brooks.
so, and now that they're good, you need these guys.
Yep.
It's like,
And Fred's deal is done after this year anyway. So
right.
like,
People are so
work
They have
out.
money.
Yeah, exactly.
judge these bad teams for signing good players when like they're gonna be good eventually.
Right. Yeah.
hopefully, Contenders.
I don't think people fully understand that you got to set a fucking culture in order to turn your team around. And I mean, I don't know if there were better culture guys than the one who always says bet on yourself in Fred VanVleet. And then the other guy who you hate to play against him, and he's the villain of the NBA. But goddamn, when he is on your team, I don't think there is a man that you want on your side more than Dylan Brooks. He is such a great teammate, and he's turned into a 40% three-point shooter. Like, he's a very valuable player in the NBA now.
Yeah.
So, oh man, I just, you can't say enough about the Rockets turnaround. Like,
Yeah.
I say all this because I got to give them their flowers before saying
Dubs and
Warriors in 6.
Yeah.
Like,
And hitting on your draft picks, hitting
Yeah.
on your
Thompson was the Thompson
talent
twins might
development.
be the 2 most athletic people I've ever seen in my life.
they're
ever.
ridiculously athletic. It's not even
It's
fair.
not.
It's hard to stand out athletically in a league full of athletic people,
Right.
and yet somehow they still do.
Yeah.
So,
Şengün's obviously been amazing.
oh, he's phenomenal.
Jalen
Jalen Green
Green's
on any
been
given
great.
night, yeah.
Yeah, but on any given night he could be terrible too. Like he
I think he's
shoots
kind
4
of
for 20, but
the thing is, I think he's kind of learned as the season's progressed
Yeah.
too. Like, if I don't have it tonight, let me try to affect
Yeah.
the game in a different way.
So who's their starting lineup?
Their starting 5 is Fred, Jalen Green,
Brooks,
Dylan
Thompson,
Brooks,
Şengün.
Amen Thompson, and
Yeah.
Şengün, I think. Unless they take Amen Thompson off the bench. I forget who plays the 4 for them then.
Tari.
But I don't think
Tari
Tari
Eason or
starts.
Jabari Smith.
Jabari Smith,
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
Jabari starts, and Amen Thompson's their 6th man.
I don't see how you bring Thompson off the bench with Steph Curry. Like that's got to be the
Yeah, you
guy
might
to
have to
guard
start
Steph.
him.
But
You might have to
I
start
just
him.
question the Rockets. Like, what are they going to do on offense? Like, because Draymond shut down. He gave Sabonis hell couple years ago. So I feel like he can have that same effect
kind
on
of player,
Şengün.
right?
I watched that Warriors Rockets game,
Mhm.
and Şengün does not back down. Like, he is all for the physical play. Like,
Sabonis was too, but yeah.
Sabonis a little less so.
I guess, yeah.
But Şengün was all about it. Like,
Yeah,
Draymond
yeah,
was talking shit, and Şengün was talking shit
But
back.
that's who they are too. That's like who the Rockets are. You know, like that's their identity.
They're like they're so fun to watch
Yeah,
because
they
they are just throwback basketball, and it's great. I wouldn't count Şengün out just because Draymond's on him, but
like I said, it's cute for one game, man. You gotta do it. You gotta do it for 7 against a dynasty. Like, you know.
I agree. No, I get it.
So
Oh man, Jimmy Butler is such a game changer too for them.
yeah.
So we're choosing Rockets Warriors right now.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
That wasn't
that's
apparent
what we
enough.
had in the play-in. Yeah, Rockets.
If that wasn't
Warriors.
apparent enough.
I'm going Warriors. I'm taking experience. I mean,
Yeah.
I think the Rockets could still just be a year or two away. They have so much young
I
talent.
think they're a star away.
They
I
are,
mean,
I agree.
Steph Curry is Steph Curry. Draymond Green is, they're both part of this great Warriors dynasty. They have Jimmy Butler, a proven vet, been to the finals a couple times. Like,
Playoff Jimmy.
I'm taking the Warriors easily, honestly. Not even really thinking
Right.
about
That's
it.
like you don't have anyone that can go toe to toe with Steph, and you might not have anyone that can go toe to toe with Jimmy Butler because of who he is in the playoffs. Like, and then you have the Defensive Player of the Year in Draymond Green. You know, like it's tough. And then Pods has been great lately.
Pods has been
Fucking Quentin
unbelievable.
Post guy is just like he's a.
Who comes off their bench? Kuminga?
Kuminga,
I
Podziemski.
think he's barely gonna play too.
Has Pods
Like,
been starting or has it been Moody? I think Moody's been starting. Regardless, like they have a lot of depth.
yeah,
Like a lot of their young guys that we kind of counted out for a while have turned into really valuable role players for them. Like Pods has, it feels like he's an automatic 15 to 20 every single night now.
yeah, he's good.
Buddy Hield, obviously a vet, not one of the young guys.
Forgot
Kuminga's
about Buddy Hield.
yeah, Buddy's on that team too. And I mean, on any given night, he could go for 15 to 20, like just hit a bunch of threes.
Were you there? No, you weren't there. You weren't there either.
The Philly game.
Yeah.
I was not.
No, I
Bro,
wasn't
Buddy
there.
was going crazy against us. We
He hit,
knocked
like
him
7
out.
threes in that
Bro,
game, right?
every time he shot, we were like, yo, Buddy, stop. He was going to ruin our
remember
freaking...
that.
We all drove all the way to Philly just to
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
Buddy Hield drop 30 points on us.
Yeah, I went to the game before that, I think, actually. But it was, yeah, he was going off that game. Buddy has it like that. Like, but if he's missing shots, you don't got to worry about it. You take him out. He doesn't
put
need to
somebody
play.
else
Like,
in, yeah.
but Kuminga's been awesome at just getting buckets. That's all they ask of him. Like, and then Quentin Post, just bro, the Warriors don't miss on these.
He's just a
second-round
Warrior
picks.
center. Like
Yes.
that's all it is. Yeah.
Yes, he plays the game the right way.
Yep.
He
Literally.
plays the game the
They
right
have
way.
a, they have a system, and he plays into the
Yep.
system.
Exactly.
They're ridiculously deep this year, and I think you've already seen what Steph Curry can do when you put the right team around him, and now you have Jimmy Butler.
Enough said.
Yeah,
So Dubs and 6 across the board.
Dubs and
I'll give the Rockets 2. Could go 7. I mean, it depends on how.
if
I
it
don't know.
goes 7, that game 7 is gonna be a dogfight.
Literally.
Like Steph is gonna go for like 35, but it's gonna be a dogfight.
It is giving the vibes of like the Kings Warriors matchup a couple years ago.
Yeah, but that one
Two different.
did that
two
go
totally
6?
seven.
that one-
no,
did it really?
No, that was when Steph dropped 50 in Game 7.
Yes, I
Two
remember
totally
that.
different teams though, the Kings and the Rockets. But yeah, this should be a fun one.
I'm wearing the Curry jersey. You have to go.
Yeah, obviously.
Warriors.
Dubs in 6.
Dubs
yeah.
and 6. All right. So moving on, the 3 versus 6. This could be a dogfight. We got the Lakers versus the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards, he took down KD last year. He's going to look to retire LeBron this year.
Not happening.
This-
Sorry, Ant. It's not your time yet.
Yeah, I mean,
man.
It's
That-
still the king.
brother, that Kevin Durant series was completely different. Like the Suns were a joke and still are a joke.
Yeah, they still got
LeBron and Luca in the playoffs? Bro,
Yeah.
I'm not sure they...
I don't
lose
know
a
if
series?
the Timberwolves. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you have Jackson Hayes as your fucking center. That's the problem.
Yeah, but
This is-
shielded by LeBron.
making it work though. Like they,
Yeah.
like
You really just need an athletic
Of-
center.
Eventually, that's gonna come back to bite them in the
for
ass.
sure.
This is not the series for that to come back and bite them in the ass. Granted, this boils down to can Rudy Gobert, not take over a series, but make enough of an offensive impact and
no.
take advantage of the fact that
When has he ever done that?
Jackson Hayes and LeBron are going to be playing center, or Jared Vanderbilt.
Does
whatever.
he know how to take advantage of a Jackson Hayes?
Just offensive rebound.
When has Rudy Gobert ever seized the moment offensively?
Oh, no,
in a series?
never,
You know what I mean?
He can
never.
take over a game defensively, right? But like, who
How much does that matter?
down low is
let
really
Luka
going to be
No, that's not even it. They're
Let
gonna get
draw
it.
him on the perimeter.
I was about to say
Give him
that.
fucking barbecue chicken.
right.
Remember what happened last year
Literally.
against Minnesota
Yep.
when Luka hit that step back three on Rudy's dome? Yeah, that's probably happening a lot in this series.
And like JJ has been scheming up like insane defensive schemes for the like.
now
I
imagine
know-
you give him time. To
Right, yeah, like a 7-game series for him to prepare for Ant.
I love JJ as a coach. This Laker team,
yeah.
I haven't been happier with the Laker team in a very long time.
Shout out Christian Jaimo, man.
Wish
he
you
was
were
here.
here.
Yeah, I wish he was here.
I wish he answered my call at first.
Probably working anyway.
Yeah, it's this is an easy one for me, and I originally said Lakers in 6. I don't even think it
Lakers
goes
in
6.
5.
Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5.
The Timberwolves just don't have the firepower.
Bro, they have
and-
Julius Randle and Rudy Gobert.
Bro,
That shit is not
you
gonna work.
replace perennial choker Karl Anthony Towns with even worse perennial choker Julius Randle.
Possibly the biggest playoff dropper of all time that I've ever
We know.
that I've ever seen.
Believe us, we know.
I've never seen a guy go like be so much worse than he was in the regular season.
That's,
in the playoffs.
the saving grace with being a Knicks fan in that trade. You're like, okay, we lost Devo, but we also got rid of the worst playoff performer I've
addition
ever
by
seen.
subtraction. Yeah,
Listen, I know Cat isn't much better, but he's better.
he's definitely better.
Can't get worse than Julius. in the
definitely better.
playoffs. So
I think
gonna
I think he actually might be the statistical worst, like star
No, yeah.
from what he averages in the
meant
regular
what I said.
season.
Yeah.
He might actually be.
I will say, like, I feel on Minnesota, there's a ton of pressure lifted off of Julius.
I agree.
yeah.
So that may give him some room to breathe and feel better about the playoffs. We'll see, but we just haven't seen it.
For better or worse, for Minnesota, this is I guess a retooling year. Like they got
Yeah.
off a Cat for financial stability, flexibility after this season, because now Julius Randle's a free agent. I don't know who the hell pays him or what kind of contract he gets. Like
Comes
that's
back
gonna
to
be
the Knicks on a minimum.
I don't know about a minimum, but yeah, that'd be awesome. First and foremost,
Mid-level exception for Julius Randle.
that'd be
Oh my
awesome.
God,
but
can you imagine?
he wouldn't be starting.
6-man Julius.
Would he? No.
6-man Julius would go crazy.
Yeah, he'd freak the fuck out.
Yeah,
He'd be
no.
pissed off.
No.
Julius at
If
the
you're gonna
3.
take me off the
Nah, yeah,
fucking-
20
that's
and
disgusting.
20 and 10 for like
Please no.
20 and 10 for like 4 straight years just to like go to the bench is kind of crazy. But
That's your reward.
there you go. We traded you. We sent you to
Yeah.
bumblefuck Minnesota.
Which you were so miserable about,
which
and we
you
knew it.
hated.
So welcome back, and now you sit the bench, and you have to back up Josh Hart.
How times have changed.
Yeah.
We'll get to it. Never mind.
Yeah, we're gonna. The one thing I want to say about Ant, like the fact that he came into the league with, I guess, a questionable 3-point shot, and now he hit the most threes in the league 2 seasons, like in his 3rd season. What an insane jump! And I think he shot 40% this year.
Bro, he didn't just shoot 40%. He shot like 42%.
Yeah, what an insane leap for like that kid's a problem. Like he can go, he guards too.
Yeah.
God knows he's got a competitive spirit. Like
That man might go home and be the most exhausted human being on the planet in this series.
please give him.
You're gonna
team
have
next year.
to
like
get switched onto Luka and LeBron and then create all the offense for your team on the
he
other
loves
side.
it though.
I know he loves
He
it.
loves it though.
I know he loves it,
No,
but
but
his
it-
body may not love it in a
obviously,
7-game
yeah.
series. Well, it's not going 7, so at least there's that for you,
Best of
Anthony.
7
You won't have to
series,
play
yeah.
7 of them. You'll be home in 5.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's pretty simple. It's Luka, it's LeBron, and the Timberwolves just don't have the firepower to
yeah.
go
just
against
can't,
that.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
Yeah, I got Rudy Tootie and Julius Randle is not
And
gonna
playoff J.
All right.
Playoff J, baby.
Playoff J.
Easily Lakers.
Yeah.
The Vando Revenge series.
This
All right, moving on.
series coming up that you're about to mention.
Yes. The final series in the West, we've got the 4-5 Denver Nuggets versus the Los Angeles Clippers. This is a tough one.
This is going to be the
And I can't
most
believe
fun
I'm saying-
series
I
of the
can't believe I'm
playoffs.
saying it because normally I would just be like, yeah, they have Jokic, they're going to win it. And that might still be where I go, but like this Clippers team is real.
Shout out Zoo.
Zoo, someone said the other day, like, is it crazy to say he was the second best center in the NBA this season? And like,
Not in the slightest
I don't
bit.
think it is. Yeah,
Bro, he averaged, I think, like 17 and 12 this year, or 17 and 13, and shooting like 68%
he
from the field.
is the like everything you want in a center.
Yes.
Like,
I think the Nuggets are going to be lost without a coach. Truth be told,
Sure.
I think that
Ty Lue is awesome.
I think
Also,
Ty Lue is awesome.
the Clippers
yeah.
are going to win this in 6 games and make it pretty easy.
I actually agree. I think this is a 6-game series, and we might be selling Jokic.
I was going to say,
It's
it's just
maybe
like
the beginning of the end for the Nuggets.
game 1, Jokic might go for like 40, 20, and 10.
and lose.
Yeah, and lose, honestly.
and lose,
yeah.
brother. And lose.
Did you see the reports about they're like never going to trade Michael Porter because
Yep.
his
Because he
Missouri
went
ties?
to Missouri and played, and
Oh
even,
my
I thought he was hurt for his entire college career.
Oh, he played 1 game.
Oh, yeah. His Missouri ties are the reason he's never going to get
he
traded.
went
one
to-
game, bro.
Yeah, he got like 15 credits at Missouri that sorry, Michael, but probably everybody else in that school was taking your classes.
Understandable. What you got to do?
So there we are. I mean, you're gonna hold on to a guy because of that. That just
Right. Didn't even make the tournament.
if that doesn't go
Didn't
to show.
play in the tournament.
Guys, this guy spent half
even
a
if he did.
semester at a college that I went to 30 years ago.
Yeah,
We need to keep him forever.
yeah.
Right.
Pay
30
him as
years
much
ago, it
money
might
as he
be a
wants.
hell of a lot longer than that, to be honest.
Pay
with
him
you.
as much as he wants. I built that campus.
Whoever's making
alright?
that decision didn't even know they
They
went
got
to
a
Missouri.
fucking
They don't
building
even
named
care.
after me. You fucking keep him on
I
this
got a
team.
wing on that campus. God damn it, I earned it.
Oh my god.
Who even is making that decision? Because they fired the GM.
the
So who's
owners?
saying this?
The owners.
Oh,
The owners
Jesus
went to
Christ.
Missouri. The owner went to Missouri, and he's saying
Jesus
you're not
Christ.
like whoever we bring in is not going to be able to trade Michael Porter Jr., which I find hilarious.
I think
And
any competent GM, that's the first thing they're going to do. If
I
they
think
get in the
look,
door
I think
is
there is a
trade Michael
world
Porter
where you
Jr.
could keep Michael Porter Jr. because you need a guy on every team that's just willing to chuck up threes and shoots 40%
right
from 3.
But when that guy makes $36 million and is supposed to be like,
Your third
I don't want to
best
say
player.
a star, but like like an actual like better than that, like
I mean, shit.
feel like you
Jamal
gotta-
Murray's supposed to be your second best player, and here we are with Aaron Gordon consistently being their second
yeah.
best
But Jamal
player. Like,
always not always. He's become a superstar in the playoffs. Like
we would hope that
Jamal
continues.
Murray just has such a unique like player profile, I guess would be the term for it. Like it's just
Playoff riser. He's
you
the
have
guy.
to pay him and treat him like a star, even if
Bro.
he's technically not.
Is going to have so much trouble in this series because the Clippers have at least 7 defenders that are more than capable to give
Yeah,
Jamal
but he
Murray
hates LA.
fits.
He
Sure.
hates LA though.
Sure, he does.
He's the wild card, right? Like if
100%.
He,
He's
if
the
he
he's
comes
the
out
X
and
factor.
he
100%.
hoops, like it could be a very
If
different.
he's playoff
very
Jamal
different than
Murray,
what I'm
averaging
saying.
25 a game, like
I would probably say the Nuggets
yeah,
win the series.
exactly.
If that is the case, I would probably say the Nuggets win
But
the
that man
series.
Kawhi is all the way back.
Oh my
Who's their interim head
God.
coach right now?
Couldn't tell you.
Who's coaching
He's
the
a guy.
Nuggets?
I don't
He's a guy.
no idea.
It's just like a team effort. They're just like, let's
Everyone.
all just think of something.
They just got
Well,
to
we
practice.
do know the
How do you
coach.
run a practice? Who runs the practices? When you don't have a
Nikola
head coach,
Jokic.
probably.
when you go into
Nikola
the playoffs,
Jokic.
like, when you're not in the playoffs, I'm sure it's not really a problem. You just kind of like do your drills and whatever. Who's making schemes for the playoffs, bro?
I mean,
Nikola
rotation.
Jokic.
Who's doing rotations and stuff?
Nikola
Yeah.
Jokic.
Like,
Jokic is on the court being like, yo, Jalen Pickett's subbing in. No. Russell, come in for 5 minutes. After that, you get the fuck
It's
out.
insane. First of all, we recorded a fucking podcast an hour and a half before
Bro.
Mike Malone got fired and spent a lot of time talking about the Nuggets, but that's besides the point. It's insane how Russell Westbrook gets this treatment everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
This guy plays his ass off.
Has been good this
has
season.
been great this season.
Yeah.
And he's still the problem. This guy can't catch a break. Like,
No.
it's so insane.
Bro,
he's just a scapegoat. At this
Literally,
point,
he's
people
just
just
always
blame
a
him just to
scapegoat.
blame him.
we're talking about there's reports out there that are saying like Calvin Booth wanted Michael Malone to play fucking Jalen Pickett over
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook.
Because that was his draft
Who
pick.
the fuck is Jalen Pickett? Who the fuck is I'm not saying that Russ in the playoffs. Oh no, you're good. That's the third one that doesn't matter. So we don't have anything plugged into the third thing.
Okay, yeah, I see.
Okay.
What's the matter, Dad?
So
So the only valid Russell Westbrook criticism was his Lakers tenure. I think it was actually just bad, just a bad
Right,
fit.
but even there, I feel like he got scapegoated. Like like that.
He did, but they instantly got better once
they
he left.
put
Yes.
too much, but they put too much pressure on that trio anyway. Like
But he was like hooping like he was still an all-star.
When?
on the Wizards.
right before his Lakers.
The Wizards? Yeah, he was great for
Yeah.
the Wizards.
Yeah.
No, he definitely did not live up to expectations. That's 100% true. But also, like, the fit was just not good.
And he was
like,
good with
and the
good with
rest
the
of
Clippers.
The rest of the team wasn't good around that Lakers
yeah,
team. Like,
he was good with the Clippers.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
He was good with the Clippers. He's
he's probably better than with the Nuggets than he was with the Clippers. Like,
he has been.
yeah.
I would argue he has been better with the Nuggets, but I mean, look, we've said it a million times. Jokic just makes everybody better. That's first and
for
foremost.
sure.
But Russell Westbrook getting the shit that he has is just so unfair to the guy. He has played his ass off this year. He's been awesome. He's done everything you could ask for. It's not like he's going in there still thinking he's the guy,
Right.
the superstar, Russell Westbrook. Like, he's gone in there and he's competed defensively, which is really all you can ask for. And I mean, what else do you have on that team? Like, you kind of need Russell Westbrook to come off the
You
bench
really
and
need
be
Russell
like
Westbrook.
Russell
Yeah.
Westbrook. Like, so it's, I don't know. I get really aggravated about the Russell Westbrook discourse too. But granted, he has had his share of lowlights, but he always does.
Yeah,
He always
yeah.
does.
The highs are high and the lows are low with Russell.
I mean, it doesn't really get much worse than smoking an open layup and then coming on the other side of the court and fouling a 3-point shooter to then
that's a
let
bad
the
one.
other team
No,
win
that's
the game.
that's a tough one. Tough one to come back
That's
from.
the Russell Westbrook experience. You have to
Literally,
take
yeah.
the lows with all of.
But then the next
good that
game,
he
he had
does.
another low light, and he had like a 30-point,
Yeah,
close to triple-double or some
Yep.
shit like that. You know what I mean? So
he's literally carried them to wins without Jokic on
Yeah.
the floor this season too.
yeah, they don't get to whatever, how many, 48 wins, whatever they have without him. No shot.
So I think it's ridiculous. But I am curious as to how he translates to the playoffs again.
he
that-
usually has a rough time doing that. Not gonna
Exactly,
lie.
exactly. So like that is like a big X factor in this series too.
Well, James Harden too definitely has his share of playoff woes. Not to
Yes.
the extent of Russell Westbrook, obviously.
While I agree with you, this is a very different Clippers team that Harden isn't necessarily going to be needed to be a scorer if
Yeah.
the time comes. Like, Norman Powell has been awesome for them
Yeah.
this year. And then, I mean, granted, outside of that, Zubac has been almost consistently 20 and 15 every game recently.
A lot of that is
Like,
because of Harden, though.
a lot of that is.
A lot of that is Harden.
But
too.
that doesn't really
yeah.
change in the playoffs.
True,
the
yeah.
fact that he shoots like shit is one thing. His playmaking doesn't go anywhere.
No, yeah.
He's always and forever going to be one of the best playmakers in the NBA, and he makes every center he's with good.
But
I
he's
mean,
gonna turn over.
best
He's
pick
gonna
and
turn the
roll
ball
in the
over.
league.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, but regardless, like this Clippers team, I think is the sleeper of
Yeah,
the
I
season.
agree.
The sleeping giant in the NBA of all the teams. There's
Pick a
maybe
side.
one other, but that we'll mention on the Eastern Conference side. But yeah, I think the Clippers take this in 6.
Pick
I
a
think-
side tweeted like last week. Drop your boldest playoff predictions and we'll put them in the pod. I don't know if they shouted it out, but I responded under the BallGame Twitter that the Clippers are making the Western Conference Finals. Like I totally could see it.
I can 100%.
I think they can
see
beat
that.
Denver, and if you could beat Denver, you could just about beat
The
any.
problem
they go
is
to OKC.
that's not true. That
Yeah, they
the
play
problem is
OKC.
if you beat Denver, you go ahead and you have to go face OKC.
I think if they beat Jokic, they could beat anyone but OKC. Like that's probably the.
even
They
fucking
can still beat
OKC, bro. They
I
really
mean,
they really go 9 deep of very, very, very high quality.
I'm gonna be
NBA
honest
players,
with you.
bro.
The Clippers are not beating OKC.
I
ever.
disagree with that.
Not a chance.
I think they got a real good shot at doing it,
bro, if Kawhi just is Kawhi,
bro. We're seeing that motherfucker right now.
he's
This
an anomaly.
This
like-
is the best that Kawhi. We talked about the Clippers. Didn't even mention Kawhi
Right.
Leonard. This is the best Kawhi has looked
He's just
in
implied.
a
though.
good 5 years.
He's what?
Just implied.
Yeah, yeah, he really
you don't
is.
need
Like
to
you
talk
just,
about
yeah,
him.
you just know he's
be
gonna
good.
show up
In a good
yeah.
5, if he just stays healthy, and it looks the healthiest he's been in a very, very, very long time. If he could maintain that, we might see a 2019 Raptors run.
It's like so he's always hurt, and a lot of people like Stephen A. called him out for he should retire and everything. But
We did
Like,
too. I
sure,
did.
yeah, to get hurt that often and to come back every single time and still pick up right where you left off. Like
One
you
of the
know,
5 best
you
players.
know how
in
well you
basketball.
have to like rehab and take care of yourself to be able to do that. Like so the guy's getting hurt. Like there's
One injury
definitely-
for me, and I would like forget how to drive.
right.
honestly.
Yeah, like yeah. I
bro,
fucking-
still shoots 38%
Bro, I
from three.
jam a finger
40,
and I'm not.
Yeah.
I jam a finger. I'm not playing basketball for
Yeah.
a week. Like,
And he's out there in this last game trying to dunk on motherfuckers.
yeah.
Like as explosive as I've seen him in
Yeah.
so long.
oh my god! Imagine we get a
Wow, he used to be
2019.
your favorite player, bro.
I know, dude. Like So when I was watching that game, I texted in the group chat. I go, Kawhi, you need to chill the fuck out, brother. You're making me fall in love all over again. Like, I was like, this is insane. Like, this is the guy that I watched on the Spurs and decided, oh, he's my favorite player. He doesn't talk. He's the best defender in the NBA. Like, no, Kawhi is not expected to be the best defender in the NBA anymore. And they're not going to ask him of that. They have 8 other guys that can defend the shit out of the ball. They don't need him to do that. But man, when he gets in the mid-range, we're talking about the best mid-range shooter since Michael Jordan. Like, it's that good. Like, it's that good. It's automatic. So yeah, I don't know, man. I think they beat the Nuggets. The next one's interesting.
Yeah, I think my official. I think I'm going Clips too. It's tough because I want to say Clippers in 7, but then if the Nuggets get it to 7 and they have Jokic,
I mean, shit. The Nuggets did that last year with the Timberwolves.
but they might not get to 7. Like, I don't know. This Nuggets team it's Jamal Murray. Like, it's literally, what am I going to get out of Jamal Murray? If I get all-star level Jamal Murray, I'll pick the Nuggets. But I'm gonna go Clips in 6.
I went Clips in 6.
Wow,
Yeah.
we all got Clips in 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
That means it's not going to happen.
Sorry,
No,
dude.
absolutely
No,
not.
it's gonna be Nuggets.
Nuggets
in
in
6.
7.
Nuggets in 4.
Yeah, obviously Jokic is gonna average a 40-point triple-double, and we're gonna have to come up here and call
Eat
ourselves
shit?
idiots. But
Yeah. Eat shit. Yeah.
All right. So that's
I'm
the Western
sorry, yeah.
Conference. I mean, it's anyone's race. I mean, I feel like it kind of is just who can beat OKC.
Yeah, this next one's going to be a lot quicker.
Yeah. So out east, we've got the lovely play-in quad. I don't know what you call that. I was going to say trio, but what's above
it's
trio?
Quartet.
Quartet. Fuck that.
What it is.
I don't like it. We got the Eastern Conference playing tonight. You've got the Hawks versus the Magic, and then tomorrow you have the Heat versus the Bulls.
Bro, it's such
Orlando Magic.
It is.
Wait, so what's the early game and what's the late game? I'm assuming
Magic,
the Western
Hawks are
Conference is
first,
the
yeah.
late game. Thank
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Because I have work tonight and I really was not looking forward to coming home from work and watching that game. So thank God the Warriors-Grizzlies game is later in the day. That's going to be great to come home, sit down, and watch that. I don't give a shit who wins this game,
Couldn't
to be
care
quite
less.
honest.
Yeah.
Like, I actually don't give a single shit. I have to pick a winner, but I don't care. I don't even want to analyze the game. It's not fun. It's not going to be fun to watch. The Magic are probably the most boring team to watch in the NBA.
I think the Magic are the worst offense I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no,
they're
it's
just horrible.
Jalen Suggs is rested up after that. WNBA draft.
Isn't he out? Is he out for the season or no?
Yeah, he tore his ACL, I think.
Mad rested up, brother.
Exactly. He's about to get. He got busy last night. I'm sure he got. Sure his ACL was feeling just right last night, bro. Sure his ACL was feeling awesome.
Bro.
Haley,
Let's go Chicago Sky.
congrats, Haley. Congrats, Haley, and all the
congrats,
NBA.
Paige. Congrats
Everyone
all
in the WNBA
yep.
draft.
Didn't
Congrats
that like
to all of
not
them.
work at LSU though? Haley and
Angel.
They won a natty, no? Or they didn't win a
No.
natty, but they made it to the Final Four at minimum.
Something like that, yeah.
They went pretty far.
It's so funny watching Angel Reese play
But
basketball,
they have very
so funny.
yeah, because she misses a layup, gets
But-
the rebound, misses the
I
layup,
find
gets the
it- I
rebound.
find
then she
misses the layup.
flexes.
And then finally makes the layup, and she's like, "Urgh.
Ah!
Ah." That's what it looks like.
All right, so somebody's got to win the game. I'm going Magic.
We're all losers.
Yeah.
I'll make it,
We're all
I'll make it
losers.
easy for you. I was also gonna go Magic.
All right,
So Magic.
Yeah.
Your opinion doesn't matter.
I was gonna go Hawks actually, but yeah, my opinion is irrelevant.
Um,
wait, time out. Why would you guys pick the Magic over the Hawks?
I don't know.
I like Paulo.
Honestly, the poll I put up on Instagram, the
like
Magic
Franz.
are up 68% to 32%.
That's so garbage.
124 votes to 58 for the Hawks.
I'm
I
sorry,
actually
but
think
the
that's crazy.
Hawks
yeah.
are so
I think the Hawks-
significantly
I think
better.
the Hawks
Honestly,
should totally beat them.
yeah, they should. Do they? I don't know, but they should. Yeah, I'm going with.
Well, I want to see the Magic at least make the playoffs. I would love that.
You know what? I'm going Hawks too. The Magic suck. I'm changing my
So
opinion.
the Hawks.
Yeah,
get
the Hawks
7th
move
seed.
on. Fuck the Magic.
9,
Bulls,
10.
Heat. Give me Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey's a fucking baller. That guy's been cooking.
He really has.
They beat. Can't say it.
I got 16 reasons why Josh Giddey's Giddey's gonna win this series.
Oh my god!
It's not a series, brother. It's a
one
game.
Game.
Oh my god! Imagine he drops 16 tonight. He has a 16,
Point
16,
triple-double.
16 game.
That'd be
Wow.
pretty insane.
Bro, that'd be the greatest playing performance ever.
yeah.
16, 15, 14 game.
Brother, he's not Karl Malone.
All right.
He's
I
Josh
didn't,
Giddey.
I didn't say 13, dog.
All right.
Oh,
All
Lord.
right. Who's winning? the game?
I'm going to take the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Bulls.
Love Giddy.
Love Giddy.
I keep looking at that camera. I'm supposed to be looking at that camera.
You don't got to look at the camera, brother.
No, but
Look
when I
into
when
my
I, when I
eyes.
do make eye
Look
contact,
into my eyes.
I'm looking at that one.
Look in my eyes. What do you see?
Just do the pod like this, like
What do you
little
say?
girls on the couch, like little go get on the couch.
He sees himself. Guys, we have a white couch. Fucking shoes off.
Bro, it doesn't get the couch
Should we
dirty.
sip coffee and do the pod like this?
We can. What do you mean, like? I'm a little heavier than you, so you can put them on top of mine.
I'm just in the cuck chair. Like,
All right, guys. So now we're gonna do the rest of the
all right,
podcast.
so next game is the
Yeah, we're gonna move our legs immediately.
it would be what, the Bulls? No, the Heat versus the.
We threw Tom off his game completely.
Sorry,
fucking-
Tom.
I had it so okay. Bulls win, get the 7 seed. Hooray!
No. Hawks get the 7 seed. Bulls
Hawks
just
get
won
the
their
7
game.
seed.
So
Thank
it's
you.
Bulls, Magic.
Bulls.
Move on. That's what I got.
All right, good. Yeah, I'm good with that. All right,
Yeah.
so first round would be the Cavs versus the Magic.
Can we just not even do the 1 and
Cavs.
2
Sweet,
seeds?
right?
Can
Yeah,
we
okay.
just walk past the 1 and 2?
Yeah, right, sure. Celtics, Cavs move on.
Yeah, 4-0.
Nah, Celtics losing
Both
7. I'm playing.
series. 4-0. Actually, Trey made it a little interesting last year against the Celtics.
Give them one.
They'll take one. Yeah.
Give 'em one.
4-1.
All right.
4-1.
Next up, we got our boys, the New York Knicks, going up against the Detroit Pistons in a popular upset pick here. 3
The
versus
Knicks
6
should
seed.
win this series. Healthy.
Keyword.
They should.
They're,
Should.
they're healthy this year. They should win, and I think they will win in 6 games.
I agree. When we played the Pistons, everybody overreacted. We didn't have OG for that game. We didn't have Mitch for that game. And you're talking about probably the 2 most physical players on the Knicks roster in a game that turned into an actual dogfight. Like, the Pistons didn't even want to play basketball. They decided to play. They wrestled us.
Classic Detroit.
They wrestled us. And that
classic
was
Detroit hoops.
totally fair, and they did what they had to do. They bullied us in that game. That's exactly what they did. Isaiah Stewart was making Karl Anthony Towns his bitch, as expected, and Cade Cunningham made everybody on the Knicks look like his bitch. You know who we won't do that to? OG Anunoby. Have fun with that.
What I want to see from the Knicks,
I want to see dog
Yeah.
from the Knicks.
I
Last
wanna
year we had all
see
the dog. This year we have none of it.
a Brunson, McHale, OG, Cat, Mitch starting 5. It won't happen. Thibs doesn't do it. And it bothers me so much because that's the best 5 you could roll out at the same time. Have Josh come off the bench. It's so easy. And I think the reason they don't do it is obviously because of the center foul trouble. Was what happens. Is
Yeah.
But we still have Precious.
still Precious. You'd rather not have Precious.
Granted,
Precious sucks.
he was awful in that Pistons game.
Precious
You'd rather not have Precious out there. But I think that
was
starting
awesome in
5
the
is
playoffs.
the best 5 you have to put out there.
I
Yeah.
think it's tough because you put yourself in it's such a shitty position because Mitch it made out of glass. Like, forget it. You cannot rely on him to ever be healthy. Granted, if he is healthy going into the series, would you start him? You probably should. The Pistons, like I said, play prison ball. Like, they play prison ball.
And Mitch is perfect for
And Mitch
that.
is perfect to play prison ball. Cat is not just
Bro.
not built to handle a Jalen Duren or Isaiah Stewart.
Not that he stopped Joel Embiid, but he did
Nah,
a
he was
pretty
giving
damn
Joel
good.
Embiid hell.
He was
He
doing
did.
a pretty damn good job
was
on
giving
Joel
Joel hell.
Embiid.
So bad that Joel had to take him out of the series.
Right.
Literally.
Scumbag.
Granted, I will say Precious also. That was a good series.
I'm
for
Precious and OG guarding Joel was also.
I was at that game, bro.
They
I was
had
at that
him-
game. That
they
was
had him in prison. in the fourth
fucking
quarter.
electric, bro.
Yeah, OG
that
had
was
Joel
the
in prison.
best thing ever.
I think the Knicks defensively are playoff risers. Offensively,
Sure.
still shaky, but
That's
I think
just the Tibbs thing.
I think
yeah.
defensively, the Knicks know how to turn it on in the playoffs, especially Mitch. I think Mitch, throughout his career, has been better in the playoffs in big moments
Yeah.
under the bright lights. I
Remember
think,
the Cavs?
yeah, Mitch is he turns into a top 10, 15 center in the league when the lights turn on. So I think given that if you give Mitch just give him 20, 25 minutes a game, please. Just put him in a little bit more than you have been, and I think that's what they've been saving.
I'm hoping
for.
they were easing him. Yeah,
I think so
back.
too.
Yeah, I agree.
I just unleash him a little bit. I think the Knicks will easily handle business if Mitch is on his game.
Well, it's just because his brand of basketball translates to the playoffs.
Right.
More so in the playoffs than it does to regular season basketball. Like in the playoffs, you need to steal these extra possessions. You need to play physical defense, and that's perfect for Mitch.
Extra
So,
couple offensive rebounds, blocks,
Exactly.
does the little things.
yeah, I mean, that's why, man. Like I think the whole downfall started when we lost Isaiah. Like
Oh,
it
absolutely.
really,
Yeah.
it really did. Like
We just didn't. There was nothing.
No
we could
way
do.
we could have kept him. Yeah, no way we could have
There's
brought him back.
nothing we could do.
I know, and it sucks, and it makes me sad every single day.
I do think they did the second best thing and got Cat. I think Mikal was maybe a mistake.
Oh no, sorry, Macau. You've been very criminally underrated this year amongst NBA circles
he started
and Knicks
off.
fans.
He started off tough, but he's been great.
When Brunson was out,
Yeah, he's been
Macau
great.
and OG put this team on their backs, and they were awesome.
He just forgets how to play basketball when Brunson's in.
Yes,
He
that's
does.
part
So
of the
strange.
problem. That's part of the. He needs the ball. It seems.
Yeah.
And if you got to run more sets through Macau, do it. Like
We might see that.
We
They
have-
might have not wanted to show their hand of them two together
Sure.
in the regular season. I don't know. Hopefully.
he's a better shot creator than given credit for. He in the mid range, he's awesome.
He's awesome from the mid range.
Awesome in the mid-range. He's a good catch and shoot three-point guy,
shooters
too.
in the league. Yeah.
Yes, like I think we're gonna have to start to unleash Macau at least a little bit more. Give him the ball, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But you at least have to figure it out.
Yeah.
You have to see if this guy can rise in the playoffs.
I love him flashing high posts. I'm like, yo, Mikal's knocking down every
He's
single,
knocking it down every single time.
Yep.
Every time.
Every single time. If that means that Brunson's gonna get blitzed and you have to make Macau a screener in the series, you fucking do that and put him in the short roll. Like I don't care what it takes. You need to start to figure different things out with this team because you will get a reality check real quick with the Detroit Pistons. Like, they are not a crazy offensive team. They are going to play junkyard ball, and that's when they're at their best. That's simply when they're at their best. And you gotta fucking match their physicality, or else you're gonna lose a series.
Well, I think if there's any team to do it, it is the Knicks. They play a physical brand of basketball. So that's the point of why
We're
they're
supposed
together.
to.
Yeah.
Supposed
We
to?
don't necessarily do that
So how do
because we
the-
lost the most physical guys on our team.
Yeah.
How do the Pistons win this series? What do they need to do
Bully us.
to beat the Knicks?
Bully the Knicks. Cade has to take over.
Get,
Like,
get us into foul trouble. I think once
Yeah.
our centers get into foul trouble, we're cooked.
Not
every
even
single
just
time.
that. Take Cat out of the game. Take Cat out of the game, just like they did when they played us.
Make Cat uncomfortable. Yeah.
Isaiah Stewart will use all 6 of his fouls, by the way.
I fucking hate that guy.
You hate him, but he's another one of those Dylan Brooks guys. You hate him if you're playing against him. You love him if he's on your team.
No, I think
Because-
I hate him if he's on my. I don't know. He's just so annoying.
He is.
He's just.
He is, but whether you like to admit it or not, he's been one of the best defensive
He's
centers
going
in
to
the
be
NBA.
public
this year.
enemy number 1 in MSG.
Oh
dude.
my God.
Oh my
bro.
gosh.
Forget it, bro. Forget it. I actually really like Isaiah Stewart because he plays such a physical
I would
and
love if he was a Knick.
I
We should have snagged him years ago.
I
I don't mind
Bro,
how he plays. That guy
I
just tries to start fights with everybody.
I
for, like,
screamed
no
for
reason.
him to be a Knick this offseason. The whole offseason. I was like, Isaiah Stewart needs to be a Knick. Needs to be a Knick.
He was
Him or
such a
Jalen
Knick.
Duren. He
Yeah.
or Jalen Duren. We needed one of them too. We didn't get either one of them.
Jalen Duren grew up
We
a Knick
drafted
fan,
Jalen
right?
Duren and
I
then
think
traded
so.
him. We
We
traded him on
drafted him,
draft
traded
night.
Well, we needed to get Brunson. We needed to. Didn't we need to clear some kind of cap?
Yeah, I think so. I think we had to trade the pick. But regardless, like this offseason, you needed to trade for a center and you missed out on that. You didn't
Yeah.
do that. I thought Walker Kessler was another guy we could have got.
I wanted Walker Kessler so bad.
I don't want to go on a whole Knicks tangent, but, like I said, the downfall of the Knicks, not saying we're bad, but this is not the same team as last year. If they were healthy, oh, man, it would have been such a different story. But Knicks in 6 is where I'm landing.
I'm going Knicks in 6 too. I think the other thing they need to do is not let guys like Tim Hardaway and Malik Beasley just light you up from 3 because the Knicks sometimes are just not good at running shooters off the.
They just give
off
up
the
on the
perimeter.
three-point
Yeah, that's why we can never beat the Celtics because the Celtics just launch 3 after 3 and hit them. To be fair, but
Once they start to figure it out, we get beat down low every
right,
time.
like if
That
Malik,
was real bad.
if Malik Beasley's
Yes.
hitting 4 or 5 threes and then Tim Hardaway's hitting shot like it's.
I'm going to be honest with you, though. You got to try to make those guys beat you over letting Cade
No,
go off.
100%. Yeah. But that, in addition to that, I guess I would say, like, Cade can't have 25-30 on good shots,
Yes.
and then
if he's gonna pass that ball, run those guys off the
right,
3-point line.
and that's where I worry about the Knicks. Like I think Josh Hart is a good sit in a chair defender on ball, but like rotationally, he's
Sometimes
late to
just
he
gets
overhelps
lost,
and he's
bro.
late to
Yes.
closeouts all the time.
Yes.
So that I think could be an issue.
That's
And-
an underrated part of defense, team defense.
yeah, playing.
How
playing
well
team
do you
defense.
rotate?
Yeah.
How well can you play?
Because like I
team
said, you
defense?
put him 1-on-1 against somebody, he can go. Like I'll even trust him against Cade in spots. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But yeah, like
He's very physical.
yeah, he's super physical and athletic as hell. So like, but yeah, like,
Hates practice.
hates practice, but that we see why, because he has to put his body on the line every time the ball goes up in the
You can't
air.
play. You can't do that in practice against your
Right, that's what he
teammates.
always says.
That's
He's like, I can't. If I practice like I'd play, I'd be dead by now. Like,
Yeah. Or a teammate would be dead by
yeah.
now.
But yeah,
Right.
I'm going Knicks in 6. I think the whole Detroit trying to not let fans into the stadium is kind of crazy. I think that's discrimination against New Yorkers.
Philly
but
did the same. Don't worry about it because Philly
No,
did the
I'm not
same
worried
thing,
about it.
and we took over Philadelphia.
There were plenty of, like, I saw in like comment sections there were ticketing apps being like, yeah, we're not gonna. It's no problem. Just come buy them here. Like,
Yeah, or you just use a VPN.
right. Yeah.
Like,
no, it's.
It doesn't take
I mean,
much
Philly's
to get
also a
around
lot
that.
closer than Detroit, so it won't. I don't think it'll be quite a takeover, but we'll be there. We'll be
You'd
repping.
be surprised.
You'll hear those deuce chants.
But I will say, Detroit does really well when they're playing good in terms of showing up.
yeah,
Detroit does really well to show up when they play well.
yeah,
so,
but no one travels like Knicks fans.
No, nobody travels like Knicks fans. So it's going to be interesting. It's
All right.
yeah.
Moving on, the last series we're going to talk about here. I think this one's really interesting too. The 4-seed Indiana Pacers against Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks.
Bro, the Pacers are a different team this year.
Pacers have been turning up since like All-Star break.
I'm going easily Bucks.
Ooh,
What's Dame's
easily.
What's Dame's status? Do we know?
So he's probably coming back. In
Weren't
the
you
first
guys
round
calling
of
the
playoffs.
Bucks contenders like a week ago?
Yes, but I also
That was before Dame got hurt. That's where I'm at with that.
so
like,
I think Giannis could legitimately pull a 2018 LeBron, and that's been
Absolutely.
a popular thing all over Twitter, all over YouTube.
What's wrong with Dame?
he got that. He had like a blood
He had a
clot,
blood clot in
in his leg.
Is he going to be playing?
I don't know.
So
that's what I'm trying to
apparently
figure out.
he's way ahead of schedule, and he's likely to return in the first round of the playoffs.
Okay.
But do you feel great about Dame returning, basically just getting tossed into a game?
Down 2-0.
Not even down 2-0 necessarily. Like you could be up 1-0, and then it's like all of a sudden now we got to change everything around Damian Lillard.
Yeah, but they've been playing with him all year. I don't think that's the problem.
No,
think
but
the problem
is
is
him
I was
coming
trying
back.
to read
I
up
think the
on
problem
it.
is
What
him.
was the issue?
How long has he been out? Has he been out?
A month and a half, maybe.
Well, they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
You would hope so.
He's Damian Lillard. I don't think he needs much.
I think
I don't think he's gonna come in and be cold. And I think his presence just makes a real big
I
difference.
agree.
So
Especially
again,
in the playoffs,
yeah.
playoff Dame.
I think the Pacers are a lot better than people are giving them credit for too. I think Halliburton has had another phenomenal season,
Halliburton's been great,
unbelievable,
yeah.
and also under the radar is how good Pascal Siakam has been for the Pacers. He's been unreal.
I mean, talk about a playoff riser.
And this
too,
team
that guy.
defends, bro. This is
Yeah.
not last year's Pacers. This team defends. With all that being said, Giannis is one of those guys that I'm not going to pick a team without a clear superstar to beat him.
Yeah,
So I'm going to say Bucks in 7.
I'm going Bucks in 7 too. They just have no answer. No one can match Giannis's physicality on that team.
They also, the role players have showed up,
Yeah,
which
shit. Pat Connaughton's coming off a 40 ball.
that was crazy. Bro,
Last game of the season.
I
always,
saw the Instagram post where it was like the last game of the season is honestly some of the most fun hoops
Yeah.
ever because these guys just go for the most random stat lines ever. And Pat Connaughton dropping a 40 piece is just
Yep.
what?
It's like Obi dropping 40 back in the day with the Knicks.
Obi
Bro, he had
couple
a
40 pieces.
he had 2 weeks of
Nah,
just-
yeah, he was
averaging like
insane.
28.
Yeah, and then they traded him. But
and he's out, now he's a Pacer.
Kenny Lofton had like 38 or some shit like that.
Yep. I remember I think it was the last day of the season. Jamal Crawford had a 50 piece.
Yeah,
His
last
Crawford
game.
had a 50 piece in his last game.
yeah, that's insane.
there were a
Walk
few,
off 50
man.
ball is pretty crazy.
Yeah, there were a few, man. It's the last day of the NBA season's so fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm not picking a Pacers team that doesn't have a clear cut guy. And Halliburton's great, Siakam's great, but it's Giannis, bro. It's Giannis, and crazy as it sounds, it's also Kevin Porter Jr., who's been hooping
He's
for the
been a
Bucks.
hooper, yeah.
Hooping.
I don't know how else to say it. The guy has actually been like fucking unbelievable.
His
for
talent
them.
was never the question.
It was
obviously.
always up here.
Yeah, he's got a fucked up brain, but
Nothing up there.
lights on, nobody's home.
Or
Yeah.
there's a lot up there.
I think there is a lot.
Too
up
much
there. It's
up
just
there.
Not, there's not
Too
a lot.
much
There's
up
not
there.
a lot of good stuff up there. There's a lot
No.
of bad shit going on.
No.
But anyway, yeah, the Bucks. They've gotten so unlucky in the playoffs. Giannis was hurt last year.
Oh, Middleton put a carry
Middleton-
job on though. Tried his best.
Bro, remember Brook had the fucking 36? He threw back to Brooklyn Brook.
And Middleton late in that Pacers game kept hitting
Turned into
game tying
Jesus,
threes.
yeah.
He was unfucking believable.
like that was insane. Like watching Brook Lopez just turn back the clock, and he was giving Miles Turner work.
He
Like,
really
Miles
still
Turner,
can do that.
He can't. Yeah, back to the basket, just like, all right, give me the rock, and I'll put up 20, 30 real quick. Miles Turner had no answers for that man. 36-year-old fucking center just lighting you up. Yeah, the Bucks have gotten super unlucky, but yeah, you don't want LeBron. You don't want Giannis to go on a run like that, and that's not a guy you want your way. I'm so happy we don't have to play them.
Yeah, but like I said, man, the guys that their biggest problem has always been, do we have quality players that can actually step into roles? And they have more than enough of that this year, which is new.
Just crazy to say because you look at that roster and
You wouldn't expect
no
it.
one jumps off the screen.
Like, no, you wouldn't expect it. But Kevin Porter Jr. stepped up. Gary Trent, AJ Green. I mean, Bobby Portis is back.
Yeah.
Torian Prince is off the bench for these guys. Like,
Torian Prince has been like one of the
he's
best
one of the best
shooters in the
three-point
league.
shooters in the league this year. So it's just top to bottom, this roster is really good. And you need a healthy Dame. If you could get a healthy version of Dame, this is the other team that, like the Clippers, this is the team out east that I would not be shocked if they went on a crazy run and made the NBA Finals.
Sure.
No joke. I believe in them that much. So
Yeah,
I
I
got
see a
Bucks
healthy
at 7.
Dame because I don't think we're just waiting for Cavs Celtics. I know, but
I don't know if that's a set in stone thing.
I feel like
I
it.
got Bucks and 7.
Bucks and 7. Okay,
Bucks and 7. Wow.
Who are
Okay.
you
So
gonna take?
Bucks and 7.
We didn't
yeah.
disagree on anything. It's pretty chalk playoffs for us.
It's like I don't know, like the Nuggets one. I want to go. I want to not bet against Jokic, but the Clippers have looked so damn good, and the vibes around the Nuggets are just so bad.
You would think the hot take would be the Clippers, but it's just not.
It's
like-
not a hot take anymore.
If
It's
anyone,
really not.
but if any guy can overcome all the bad juju with the Nuggets, it's the best player in the world. You know
We
what I mean?
thought that last year, and they lost to the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Like
Rudy Tootie.
they lost to the fucking T-Wolves last
Nas
year,
Reed
bro.
low-key made his life hell.
So did Cat.
Yeah.
They had Cat and Nas Reed guarding him,
Yeah.
and Rudy was just roaming.
Yeah, I'm not walking back. I don't. I'm trying to think. I'm not walking back on any of those. I think I'm pretty solidified in there
Oh my God! By the way, he's gonna probably average 40 in the series.
and get swept.
They're gonna let Zubac just have him one-on-one and say, you know what, Jokic, go for your 60, 25, and 15.
We're gonna
But
lock up Jamal Murray. We're gonna lock
Jamal's
up
gonna
Michael
suck.
Porter, yeah.
Michael Porter Jr. is gonna suck. And that's it.
You'll drop 60, but the team will finish with 90 points.
You might not even get. Actually, you won't even get 15 assists. He'll have 60, 25, and like 5
Yeah, because no one's gonna hit
because
shots,
nobody
yeah.
else is gonna show up, and it's gonna
Face
be
guard
like,
everybody else.
yeah, and just let Jokic go to work. And I mean, eventually he's got to tire out, right? Like you would think so over the course of a series.
I don't know.
So yeah, I mean that's what I got for everything.
So out west, is it just like a battle to lose to the Thunder, or like who gives the Thunder the best shot? Do you think
Who gives the Thunder the best
you're gonna
shot?
say the Clippers,
I do think it's the Clippers.
The Lakers, dog.
Lakers?
Come
I
on.
do think it's the Clippers. I think they have the and yes, the Lakers are a problem, but the Thunder have a million great defenders too to just continue to throw at LeBron and Luka. And I know for those guys it really doesn't matter, but size will eventually come into play. And I think OKC could play multiple different brands of basketball to where
Sure.
you trot out Isaiah and you trot out Chet. Bro, eventually this Jackson Hayes bullshit's going to run out.
The fact that Isaiah and Chet get to run like pick and roll and dribble handoffs is really not okay. I'm not okay with that.
I just think
Oh, he's so perfect there.
you put the Lakers against any team, and they have the two best players in the series against maybe just the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Not
Is that not true?
That's arguable because Shea has been one of
Shea's
the best
not better
players
than LeBron James. Let's just put that out there.
this season.
I mean,
he
Shea
quite
this
literally
season is
has.
probably
In
the
general, in the
second.
playoffs, I'm not taking Shea Gilgeous-Alexander over LeBron James.
I mean,
I'm not
Shea
doing
could really just go out there and average 35 in the series. Like
I guess you can say that, but like, yeah, Shea could be the best player in that.
But
series.
LeBron does everything in the playoffs.
Sure. Yeah.
okay, but then it boils down to sure you could have the two best players in the series, which is arguable because Shea will be, if not number 2, he will be 2A or 2B, whatever you want to say.
Still third.
It's not, but after that, then what? Then what? Who on the Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves.
Well, I think having Luka and LeBron speaks for itself.
I think having the best team in the NBA also matters when you also, I know it boils down to superstars in the playoffs, but it's not like you're lacking for superstar talent. Like you're not, because
I think the Lakers have the better coach.
I don't agree with that. Like Mark Dagnall's one of the, is, if not the best coach in the NBA right now, one of the best coaches in the NBA.
Yeah.
I think what JJ's able to do
But
with them defensively without the personnel has been so impressive.
He does get a lot out of them.
he maximizes his
Yeah.
personnel for sure. But is that going to matter as much when you have the Thunder who, if you want to take Shea out the game, that's fine. Because then you got to deal with J-Dub. You got to deal with Chet. You got to deal with that entire bench, which are all starting caliber players in the NBA. Like, it is, the Thunder are no joke. And that's why I kind of think the Clippers pose the best challenge, because they can also play whatever brand of basketball. I think the Lakers are, you simply need, and of course the Clippers need Kawhi and James Harden to be the best ever. But
Yeah.
I think the Clippers pose best challenge because they have more to throw at Shea.
You don't. Well, let's say the Lakers and Clippers were pinned against each other. You're still taking the Clippers over the Lakers?
Yes, I would take the Clippers over the Lakers.
Absolutely not.
I would take the Clippers over the Lakers.
Absolutely not. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What are you talking about? I would take the Clippers over the Lakers. Yes. If they were put together, I would say Clippers win in 7.
I'm not going to bet against LeBron and Luka against, honestly, anybody in the playoffs. The Lakers are my pick to make it out of the Western Conference.
Okay. Okay.
That's tough. I mean, yeah, I guess it's just because if they win, they play winner of Rockets Warriors, presumably,
I'd probably take the Warriors.
over the Lakers.
Not taking the Warriors. I'm taking Luka Doncic, bro. Luka
Okay.
carried bad Mavericks teams to
Don't
the Western
say
Conference
bad
Finals.
Mavericks teams. They weren't bad.
They didn't have LeBron James. They didn't have
They had Kyrie Irving.
Austin Reeves.
One of the best twos.
LeBron
we've
James
ever
is better than Kyrie Irving.
No, but I get that obviously. But regardless, they had a very good team. LeBron James is better than Kyrie Irving.
Let's
No
not act like
shit.
it's the same thing.
No fucking shit.
Not the same
obviously.
thing. Austin Reeves is one of the best third options in the NBA.
He might be the best.
Okay.
Might be the best third
Okay.
option. The rest of that roster fucking sucks.
You don't like Rui Hachimura?
Yo, Rui's a hooper.
Yeah.
Rui's cool.
Vando could
Rui's
guard
good.
anybody.
Vando can guard anybody.
Don't
he can't
start
hit a fucking
bringing
jump
up
shot,
fucking
but-
Vando.
He can
They will
guard
ignore
anybody.
that motherfucker.
Gabe Vincent.
All right, bro. Now you're
Playoff riser, Gabe Vincent.
Bro, shut the
Playoff
fuck up.
riser.
He had one good playoff series in Miami. That was it.
I got the Lakers. And
They have 3 good basketball players.
it's not true.
Rui is
Yeah, but they're
okay.
so good.
Yeah.
They're the best. Now,
Against the Warriors,
imagine they had Cooper Flag.
ooh, I don't know. Because who are they sticking on Steph? They're putting Vando on him. Like you're not gonna start Vando.
Yeah, good luck with that.
That's what I'm saying. So who's guarding Steph? In the Reeves?
Yeah, good luck with that.
That's cute.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, but who's guarding
Gabe
Luka?
Vincent? Good luck with that.
Yeah, but who's guarding Luka?
Joe Dumars is the Pelicans.
The
president.
Warriors have more defenders. Wait, what'd you say?
Joe Dumars is the new president of the United States
Of
or
the
something. I don't know.
Pelicans.
Oh yeah. My bad.
I
see a-
don't think that's the
see a
president's
DT.
name.
See you, Donnie.
See you,
Donnie.
Donnie boy. Joe Dumars is in town.
He acquired
Finals
Mike-
MVP, Joe Dumars. All right, put some fucking respect on his name. Does Donald Trump have a Finals MVP?
Donald
No.
Trump part of the Bad Boy Pistons? Absolutely
No.
not. Donald Trump ever beat Michael
Shit,
Jordan?
he could have. He might. I think he's taller than
Tom,
Joe
that was
Dumars.
a pull. 1989 Finals MVP,
Joe
Joe
Dumars,
Dumars.
right?
That was
tough.
crazy.
Did you
Well, we
guys,
know
wait,
that because
wait,
of
did
our
you guys see
Finals
Trump's
MVP.
fucking height and weight dropped?
What is it? 6'4"?
He's 6'4", 224, apparently.
Nah, he's heavier than 220.
Bro, he's like a solid 270.
270. If you're 6'4", he's minimum 260.
What's the score in the bakery?
What do you think Trump runs as a 40?
Right now,
Like a 7, 8.
NA, because he'd probably fucking die.
I'd say he probably runs. It's 8 flat.
8, yeah.
8 flat. What do you
give him a
think
7,
you run in a 40?
What?
What do you think you run in a 40?
Apparently, he has 4.8% body fat. Swear to God, that's the report.
4.8% muscle.
A 5. I'd run a 5.3.
Bro, he's DK
Think
Metcalf.
so?
Is that fast?
That's pretty solid.
No, I'd run a 5.7.
I'd probably run like a
5'3" is like pretty bad for an NFL offensive line. It's like average
so
for an NFL offensive line.
I'll run just under a 6.
I ran a 13-minute mile high school. 13-minute mile in high school.
That is not impressive. I hate doing. I regret
13 minutes?
Obviously, it's not impressive, bro.
I regret to inform you. You were jogging. You were not
100%.
running. You were
Yeah,
not
me and
running.
Joe Viciano were jogging in the back. In the back. Of
You
the
were
fucking line.
jogging.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's a brisk walk, brother.
I know.
Wow.
Oh Lord.
Not built to run
13-minute
miles.
mile. Doesn't it take an average person like 12 minutes to run a mile?
Yeah, just about.
Walk a mile?
I think no, not walk. I don't think. I think it's like 15 to walk.
Let's find out. Let's find out how out of shape I was.
Yeah, I'm kind
Sophomore
of
year
curious
of
as
school.
to how.
No,
fast
nobody
they
tried in the school
Yeah,
mile.
exactly. How long
I mean, I guess.
for?
Tom, what do you think you can run in a
Average.
40? Think you're getting a 6, right?
I don't know.
Come on,
I'm
brother.
not fast.
Nick, what do you think
Probably
you
get
run in a
6. I
40-yard
probably get
dash?
6.
Nick's slow as hell.
No, I'm way faster than Dean, though.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
I'll race you outside.
I'll race you right now.
Okay.
Slides on in there.
Not a non-competitive runner in decent shape takes 9 to 10 minutes to run a mile. New runners might take 12 to 15.
Oh, no.
New to running,
New
bro.
runners. I mean, I was a new runner, to be fair.
I hit 5
new
years
to
old.
being
I
a
finally
human
started
being.
running.
Yeah.
I just learned how to walk.
These 5-year-olds are running 14-minute miles, brother.
Beginner humans.
What do you think you run in a 40, Nick?
I don't know. It's been a minute. Last time I checked, it was like fucking sophomore year. I ran like a 5'2".
No way.
A
There's no
5'2"?
way you ran a
I could
5.2.
believe
I
that.
was also athletic as fuck.
I could believe he ran a 5'2".
That's fast. That's mad fast.
Junior year of high school, I ran a fucking 4'9". Like,
Ooh.
it's believable. That's believable.
You did not run a
Like a
4.
I swear to God, I ran
No,
a 4'9".
you didn't.
I
No, you
swear
didn't. No,
on
you
everything.
didn't. No,
I could
you
probably
didn't.
run a 4'8" right now.
No, you
You
could.
think you run a 4.8
No, you-
outside
I think
right
I could
now?
run a
4.8,
4'8" right now.
All right, we need to measure out 40 yards and start running in the street.
I can run a 4'8" 40-yard dash today.
But you're also like the heaviest you ever been, though.
I can run a 5 flat right now. I can run a 5 flat right now.
Aren't you fat as hell right now?
I am a big boy. I am a big boy at the current moment. Yeah. I think I could still run a 4. I'll run a 4.9 right now. I would run a 4.9 100%.
I think you would run a 5.5.
What the fuck? That's disrespectful. I'd run less than a 5. I would put $100 on the fact that I would run a sub 540.
I'll put $20 that you would go over 5.
That I'll put 100 on.
20.
You don't believe it then? I'll put 100. You said I'd run a 5.5, and you're not willing to do 5 flat.
$20.
$100.
$20.
On a
$100.
5.5?
Not doing $100.
5 under a
I mean,
5.
it's easy 20. Oh, under a 5?
I told him. He just
You gotta
said
raise
I'd
it
run
for
a
under
fucking 5.5.
If he ran a 4.9 in his prime, you gotta raise the stakes a little bit.
50?
100.
Nah, do 50
Why,
for the content.
bro? Timeout. It doesn't make sense. He said I'd run a 5.5. I said 5 flat. I said I'd run under a 5 flat. He's saying I'd go over a 5 flat. He told me I'd run a 5.5.
All right, so would you put $50 on under a 5?
I would put $100 is what I'm saying. I want more money.
Just do 50. They're gonna be a bitch about it.
You don't believe it then?
$50.
50?
$100.
$50.
50 is perfectly reasonable.
$50 right now.
to run 40 yard.
I would have said 50 is fine if he didn't just disrespect me and say I'd run a 5.5.
He's-
Okay,
all
then if it's free money, then shake my hand.
Exactly. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
There we
$50,
go. All right.
fine.
Can we cut the pod? Let's just go do it right now.
Right now,
I'd run it right now.
In the Uggs?
Not in the Uggs.
Okay.
All right. Take the camera.
All right, everybody.
I would
We're going
100%
outside.
run a 5 flat.
We gotta record this and like post it on TikTok or something.
Yeah.
We have to. This is
Yeah.
a clip out now.
Yeah,
And then I
100%.
want to see you run one.
Yes.
That's not part of
the
deal.
fuck?
That's not part of the
You
deal.
already shook on it. You already shook on it.
Yeah, no. Okay. So I'm running a 40 after this. So that's
Let's give our picks real quick for the rest of the whatever.
I mean,
Oh, let's give
was it?
let's give conference and finals predictions if we
We
want.
just said we weren't going to do that.
What do you mean? No, just
No,
all right, we don't have
did
to
the
do
whole first round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
but
we're good.
Let's give our finals predictions now. What teams do you think make it?
I mean, at that point, we might as well. Do
Lakers,
the first
Celtics.
No, I'm not doing the whole
Yeah.
fucking bracket.
Lakers, Celtics would feed families. I'll take
Lakers, Celtics would feed family.
And who wins? And in how many games?
Lakers at 5.
Celtics in 7.
Okay, go ahead.
Bold. Man, I hate to. I don't want to be boring. You know what? I'm not gonna be boring. I'm gonna go Thunder, Cavs. Thunder in 6.
Thunder, Cavs, Thunder in 6. Wow. Cavs in the finals?
Yep.
I picked Thunder Celtics I think literally all year, and I'm going to stick with Thunder Celtics.
Hard not to.
Since the Jaylen Brown injury, I'm going to go with Thunder in 7. So, Thunder NBA champs this early is crazy.
With still a million.
I don't
first
know
round
if I
picks.
feel good about that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I feel good about that. You know what? Never mind. I'm going to make a terrible decision. I'm going to go Clippers in 7 against the Celtics. Horrible decision.
Crazy.
But
crazy.
guess what? I've for years said the Clippers were eventually
They would
going to
have
win
to go
a title.
through the gauntlet, like
Yes.
the absolute gauntlet.
Yes, they would. You're 100% right.
Yeah, they'd have to beat Jokic and the Nuggets.
And
then
they're
they'd have to beat the
probably
Thunder,
not getting out of the first round. But
And then probably like a team like the Lakers.
And then either the Lakers, Warriors.
you know what I learned? You just say the most blasphemous thing, and
Sure.
it doesn't matter because
I mean, if they
who's
beat the
gonna hold
Thunder,
you
they're
accountable?
going to
Yeah.
beat whoever's in the.
I'm about to make
Western
$50
Conference
right now.
Yeah. Yo.
I'm about to make $50 easy right now. No doubt about it. Comment under the podcast if you think I'm going to run a sub.
You know what would be another interesting bet for you guys? Who wins more playoff games, the
I'm not
Lakers or
even
the
gonna lie,
Clippers?
I got to take a crazy shit right now.
Yeah, you already shook on it. All right, good. Go
I'll
take
still do it. I'll
go
still
take
do it.
go take your
obviously,
crap
but
and
I'm
let's
not-
go. All right.
I'm not. Yeah, it's gonna be.
Thanks for everybody for watching.
What you about to say?
So you guys should bet who's going to win more playoff games, the Lakers or the Clippers.
Not doing that.
I'm not doing that.
All right.
I don't want to do. Neither one of us wants to do that.
All
That's
right,
good.
fair enough.
Check out the TikTok to see if Matt can run a sub 540.
But
I say-
we gotta stitch it. So we gotta take this clip right here, of us, making that bet, and then
Yeah.
we gotta right after it go to me. And I don't want one fucking hand timer, by the way. I want all 3 of you using your fucking clocks and doing the stopwatch.
Fair. Okay.
So we have.
40 yards.
Well, that's gonna be a tough one.
We'll figure it out. We're smart.
Figure it
We're
out,
smart
yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
They're just gonna. My block's just gonna see me sprinting. They're gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
don't phones have like a distance tracker? Like
Yeah.
you could do it.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust that thing. I would go to. I don't want to do it on the block. I'm not gonna lie, but it's all right, I guess.
We're going to go run 40 yards.
All right, we'll figure it out. Thanks
Yeah.
everybody for watching. We'll update you on whether or not this 40 happens and what time he runs, and check out the TikTok for the results.
Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us on all of our socials for exactly that type of content soon enough. Is there anything else? Enjoy the play-in tonight. Also, WrestleMania this weekend. We might do a podcast for that. We don't know yet. We're deciding. So, yeah. Enjoy sports, everybody. And with that, ball game.
game. Where's WrestleMania?
Vegas.
All right, buddy.